And we're approaching to our final startup. So I'm happy to introduce Cyberbox, Maor Aknin, and its mentor, Roy Adar, Senior Vice President, Product Management at CyberArk.
Small businesses are the engine of economic growth no matter where you are in the world. There are more than 125 million small businesses globally, and they have never been at more risk for losing sensitive information than right now. Unlike large corporations, small businesses have resource constraints, and therefore they just cannot afford advanced cybersecurity protection. Look around you. How many new startups, how many new products, how many great ideas. But unfortunately, only few of them are targeting small businesses as a first choice. From a competitive perspective, a small business have basically two options. First are the antivirus protection software, which are great because they are very easy to install and very cheap. But in today's environment, we all know that this is simply not enough. Second are the managed service providers, which in fact minimizing the IT expertise required by the business. However, in order to have a sufficient level of cybersecurity, buying various products and solutions is still needed. Well, no more. This is the time to make the change. I am Maor Aknin, the founder of Cyberbox. And if you ask me, small businesses must have the same security level just like any other large corporation. They need intrusion detection, antiviruses, web filtering, anti-APTs, anti-ransomwares, and all of the great solutions that the market can offer. In fact, my 6 members of domain experts team and I took all of our experience in the cybersecurity field and successfully shrank all of those sophisticated systems into this little box. That's it. Cyberbox is designed especially for small businesses and delivers a plug-and-play on-premise device that features fully automatic cyber protection for the network and connected devices. But it's affordable, and it's so simple. No configuration is needed, and no IT expertise is required. With our own decision-making algorithm, Cyberbox provides an enterprise-grade cybersecurity solution to protect small businesses against the most sophisticated and advanced cyber attacks. Cyberbox is built of 8 different engines, both open source engines and self-developed ones, backed with huge threat intelligence database. It provides all the cybersecurity features and capabilities the small businesses need. We aim to market Cyberbox to small businesses that deal with customer data and sensitive information, such as professional services companies, investors, medical clinics, or any other. And in order to have a competitive advantage, we believe that our sales strategy should be focused on distributors and sales and resellers, IT companies, ISPs, managed service providers. Right now, we have a proven technology with successful deployments. But our main issue and main challenge is the distribution and the go-to-market. Therefore, we are looking for introductions to strategic partners to resell and distribute Cyberbox. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Maor. Cyberbox, let's hear the mentor and then discussion with the judges.
So thanks, first, thanks you, Maor, for the great intro and great telling of the story. What I really like about the company and the story is that it's really going after a market that today is not served adequately. So the opportunity to disrupt the market of how SMBs can consume just basic hygiene security that we all would give them as advice for best practice, but they're just not capable of getting it upon themselves to get up and running and manage. And the fact that you're going after that as with a new approach to how to serve them, I think is a great story and a great opportunity.
Thank you.
Just one comment. So first, thanks so much for the presentation. Completely agree with your mentor. This is a very underserved market. It's a great place for you to focus. And I think that you correctly identified that challenge of go-to-market channel. How are you going to get out there? So I guess a question as a prospective customer, if I've seen the ads in the airport, for example, for Barracuda on the flight that I was on, the Barracuda ad plays before the video, and somebody comes up to you after they've seen your presentation or discussion and say, well, how do you compare to these guys that I've seen around, and they talk about that they're going to protect me from everything? So it's how do you differentiate yourself from the established sort of UTM players?
Yeah, so basically every UTM solution that there is right now in the market should be configured, should be maintained, should be installed correctly. Otherwise, it's just a box that's sitting on the table. The biggest differentiator that Cyberbox delivers and provides is that no configuration is needed at all. Everything is fully automatic. All of the updates, the upgrades, the changes, everything is fully automatic. It's a plug-and-play solution. You don't need to do anything. You don't need IT expertise. So I think this is the biggest differentiator.
So small and medium-sized businesses these days will probably deploy Office 365 or G Suite if they haven't already. Did you do anything to optimize Cyberbox for those deployments?
Yeah, so right now our solution is focusing on the network itself. When we saw that most of the attacks, even on the cloud applications, starting from the network. We believe that if we secure the network as we do, also the attacks on the web on the cloud applications will be mitigated or minimized.
So I think you correctly identified one of your biggest challenges, which makes some of our questions harder. And Rudy Giuliani said something earlier today that might be helpful. He said, if you can make IT more efficient, you can spend all the money you want. And if you just do security, you can't spend any money. I'm paraphrasing loosely. And in small and medium business, we certainly see that every security vendor has a hard time selling there. And so if you're trying to get a box that you're going to put onto that network, I would challenge you to look for non-security uses for that box. A way for somebody to say, oh, if I buy this, you're going to reduce how much bandwidth I'm using so I get better performance, or you're going to help manage the devices on my network, and I'm also going to get security. Because they're not going to value security because they're never going to see its effect. But if they can see the effect of some performance service or management service, I think you have an opportunity there. Similar to what Natanomy talked about earlier, maybe you should have some conversations with them.
I very much like that. And I would suggest additionally, if you think a small business medium trajectory is full infrastructure built out and run from cloud. So how do you think about that projection of your business model if you see this trajectory being all fully cloud-led businesses that actually have little to no infrastructure, so they really have no need for your box. So you may want to think about that over time.
We need to think and develop our business according to the development of the market. Yeah, absolutely. Thank you.
Any additional questions or pieces of advice?
So it sounds like you're envisioning a very simple sort of plug-and-play implementation and background monitoring. When there are events, especially serious events, are you envisioning that the customer would have somebody to call? What's going to happen when let's say the network's taken down, or some event occurs that requires attention, and the small business owner doesn't really know what to do?
Yeah, so absolutely, we have a hotline 24/7 support center that the customer can always call, and we will assist him remotely. All of those capabilities, even the remote incident response in case that we need, is already configured in the box. Thank you.
All right, thank you very much. Thank you, Maor from Cyberbox and Roy, his mentor.